Hi guys, this is part 6 of my Nintendo DS collection. Let's go ahead and get started. Great Empires, Rome, from the History Channel. This looks to be an Age of Empires thing. I haven't played it yet, but I plan to. Guinness World Records, the video game. It's basically a bunch of weird mini games. It's okay, but it certainly wasn't worth the $30 I paid for it. Guitar Rock Hero, not to be confused with Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero on Tour, Decades. I've also got Guitar Hero on Tour. It's a great game. The peripheral kind of cramps your fingers a little bit, and I think I played it wrong because it broke the hinge on my other DS Lite. So I had to go out and buy another DS Lite for it, but it's still a fun game. If you're a Guitar Hero fan, I'd recommend the game. The graphics aren't as great, and the sounds pretty good, but it's still a fun game for a handheld. Gunpei DS. It's a puzzle game where you try to line up lines together in a row to create one single line. Harvest Moon DS. Harvest Moon Frantic Farming. It's a puzzle game where you're trying to gather up crops in a timely manner before the time runs out or before the field becomes crowded. One of my favorite games on the DS, Henry Hatsworth and the Puzzling Adventure. Heroes of Mana, kind of a real-time strategy game. Hero Saga Lavatine Tactics. The reviews were kind of mediocre for it, but I kind of liked it. I liked how you had to get to the soldiers to get to the guy controlling the soldiers. There's a lot of strategy involved in that. You can either hit the soldiers or you can hit the character you're trying to destroy, but it's a pretty fun game. If you like tactical RPGs, you might want to give it a try. Hoshigami Remix. There's nothing really special about this game. It's a tactical RPG. Not really special about it except for the name, I guess. Hidden Mysteries Buckingham Palace. It's basically a find the different items game where you have different items hidden throughout a room and you have to find them. Honeycomb Beat, a very underrated puzzle game where you change the colors of honeycombs to make all the honeycombs in a grid one color. It's very underrated, I think, but if you like puzzle games. This is a very overrated game. The critics seem to go gaga for this. I got like 1/4 of the way through and I got bored with it. I'm sorry. It's called Hotel Dusk, Room 215. And it's just so talky and just so boring. I thought it was just... I'm sorry guys, I just didn't like this game. The Humans. Meet the Ancestors. This is based on a classic game. It's kind of a low budget game, and where you have these cavemen and you move them around to solve different puzzles. Impossible Mission. It's basically based on the classic, I believe, Commodore 64 game with updated graphics. Infinite Space. I've just now started playing this. It appears to be an RPG, only instead of using people, you're fighting with spaceships. Once I get past the menu system and frankly the ugly graphics, I might be able to enjoy this game a little more. Insecticide. It's kind of a mixture between a point and click and a platform game. I found it rather redundant. There's one section, in the first section, where you have to get something from another cop, and you have to go around and find coffee and cream and donuts for him. And I'm sorry, that just doesn't appeal to me too much. I Spy Funhouse. It's based on the I Spy games. It's where you find missing items, and it's a lot harder than you think. It's pretty fun. If you're into the old I Spy books, it's pretty good, especially if you got kids. Izuna 2, The Unemployed Ninja Returns. Gorgeous graphics. I don't know why I don't have Izuna 1. I thought I had it. I could have sworn I had that one. But it's an Atlas game, and of course, being an Atlas game, it's usually pretty good, and this is a pretty good game so far. Jagged Alliance. This is kind of a sort of a real-world strategy type game. It's based on a old PC game, I think from the 90s, and the animations and the graphics kind of look like it. Jake Hunter. I didn't quite like this game. It just felt like all the menus ended up in the same place. You know how some of those games are. You hit multiple choice, and no matter which one you hit, it takes you to the same place. And it just felt more like a storybook than a game. James Patterson, Women's Murder Club. The story on this is pretty good, but it's mostly a find the items game, or a variation of that. Like one section might have you find 15 different keys in a room, and they hide the keys pretty good, or the different items, or it might be 15 coins or some such thing. Plus there's a couple of puzzle type mini games. My only problem with this is, I mean, the graphics are fantastic. They look like hand-drawn graphics, and the story's pretty good. It's just the whole thing seems a little bit too easy for me. Maybe as I play it a little further, it'll get a little harder. I hope so, but it looks really, really good. It's a good-looking game, I think. Jenga World Tour. If you like Jenga, you might like this. I don't think the controls are as responsive as they should be, but if you like Jenga and you're on the road somewhere, you might want to get that if you're a collector. Jewel Quest Expeditions. I like Jewel Quest. It's basically a match 3 type game, and you have to uncover the grid to proceed on. Jumble Madness. If you like Jumble in the newspaper, you'll love this. There's also a bunch of mini games on there, kind of based on the Jumble game, but it's still they're all very fun, and I love Jumble in the newspaper. It's usually the highlight of my day. So, and this is pretty good. If you're a Jumble fan, you can't go wrong with it. Kingdom Hearts 358-2 Days. I haven't played this yet, but I plan to. My favorite Kingdom Hearts game has got to be Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. I haven't really played the other Kingdom Hearts all too much, but plan on playing this. I waited until the price went down a little bit. Okay guys, that's part 6 of my DS collection. I want to give a shout out to all my new subscribers on YouTube. I now have 75 subscribers. I want to give a shout out to all my friends and readers on 1up.com, and I hope you enjoyed this collection. Please leave some comments so I can make the videos a lot better, and tell me what I can do to improve them. And I'm looking forward to it. Thanks. Have a great weekend. Bye.